So for today's video, I'm going to be going back through time and revisiting some of my old beauty favorites. Whether or not you guys know this, I've been doing YouTube since 2016. My videos were not always what they are today. I feel like I've come a long way and there's still a long way to go. But one of you actually dropped this idea into my community tab, and I also have been seeing like a few people here and there do this video. So I figured it would be kind of a fun video to do. Honestly, like when I find a holy grail product, I really stick with it. So some of these products I still use all of the time. But there are a couple that I'm interested in revisiting. So if you guys are excited about the video, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I would love to have you back, so make sure to subscribe as well. So let's first start off with a primer. And I lucked out because here it is, Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. You know I've been on this since 2016. This is a ride or die. So yeah, so no surprises here. I was really hoping that I had included it in that video. I know I had been using it for so long, but I feel like in some best of beauties, I always like forget a product here and there, and I'm like, crap, I wish I included that. But this one was included, which I was pumped about. I've loved this for a very long time because it is really hydrating, but it also really smooths out the skin, and foundation just applies so beautifully on top of it. I actually included this in my Save or Splurge video recently, where I did half my face with affordable makeup and the other half with more luxury products. And even though the more affordable foundation looked good, my skin felt better when I had this on the other side, and I physically noticed it. It is a cult favorite product, and I think that it is worth every bit of money that I have ever spent on it. I usually buy it once a year and it lasts me throughout the entire year, so for me it's money well spent every time. Now I'm really excited to revisit this because I used to be in love with this. It's the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream, and this is the shade 13. I don't know if this is the right shade. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I was, you guys, when I say I was in love with this, I was like really in love with this. This has been like a CC product that I've really gotten along with because it looks like skin, but from what I remember, it gave like some decent coverage. So let's see how it goes. I know the one thing that I don't like about it is that the shade range is really lacking. Like the shade range sucks. I remember that smell. I really like the smell, and it's affordable. So let's see how it goes on. I really haven't used this one in a long time. Like there are some items that I've used here and there, or like literally all the time, but this is one that I haven't. It's definitely, I feel like it's too light. So right now it's going on nicely. You can see the coverage is pretty significant. I feel like all my redness is gone, and it doesn't look patchy or heavy, which is good. Right off the bat, I remember why I have always really liked this. It's very reminiscent of the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC cream. Super reminiscent of that, but this is actually a little bit thinner. It's still creamy, but it's very slightly thinner than that formula. So if you liked that formula, but you just wish that it was a little bit less emollient, this product might be something to look into. And it does a really nice job of like sinking down into the skin. I remember I used to tell everyone I knew about this, and I put so many people onto it, and now I'm remembering why. Next, let's go on into concealer. A lot of you probably have known that I've had a love affair with the Maybelline Fit Me for a very long time, and since 2016, this has been the concealer that I've recommended. It's been in almost every single best of beauty video that I've ever done. This part of the video is not going to be too interesting, but if you guys were looking for an affordable concealer that is really hydrating and helps to conceal the hollowness under your eyes, this is one that I always go back to because it doesn't make the under eyes look sunken. That's something that a lot of concealers do for me. If you guys want to know how I apply my concealer, my tips and tricks if you have hollow under eyes, I will leave my tutorial that I've done on that link down below. I'm so glad that a lot of you guys have been finding value in that video. I wish that I had seen that video like years and years and years ago before I had spent like $500 on concealers, like just trying a concealer, looking for one that would actually work for me. Because this concealer is like slightly darker than the foundation, I'm gonna kind of put a little bit on my face too, just to kind of correct a little bit. It is very hydrating, so you're not tugging on your skin trying to get it to blend out. And there we go. I feel really, really confident in this base. Everything looks really natural and pretty, so I'm happy. But now we need to move on into bronzer. And this was something that I did for a really long time. I've loved the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for a long time, and that was always my go-to. I already know that I still love that one. But what I would usually do is skip bronzer altogether and use this product as a blush and a bronzer hybrid just all over my face. So this is Benefit Dallas. I feel like recently they reformulated this, or it was discontinued, or something happened with it. I was really upset because for so long this was my go-to. The tone is so beautiful if you have more fair skin. I've always just found that it gave you that beautiful kind of sun-kissed touch to your skin without looking like a lot of visible product. It was just that sunburnt bronzed flush. Like when a sunburn is turning into bronze, that's the kind of look that it would always give me. Let's see if I still like it. I seriously don't even remember the last time I put this on, since I'm such like a cream product person now. Just going to take a little bit on a brush. Oh crap. I forgot that I wanted to powder actually. Okay, first we're going to powder, and I'm just going to kind of pinpoint powder. This was a favorite that I have had also for a very long time, and it is the RCMA No Color Powder. I still think that this is a really exceptional powder and really one of the only powders that I enjoy, like, period. I'm just gonna take like a fluffy brush, just powder the areas where I want to take down a little bit of shine. The really, really beautiful thing about this powder is that it really melts into the skin and doesn't really look like powder. I feel like it's funny that I like this powder because it doesn't look like powder, but I think really not all of us want a powdered finish. Some of us just want our makeup to be set and the shine to be taken down like a touch. So I have depended on this one for a very long time. Truth be told, this literally might be years old. I don't recommend keeping makeup as long as I have, but see how it just takes down the shine, but it doesn't look like a lot of visible makeup. I really, really have always loved this one for that reason. And I am gonna take just a little bit of the excess and put it over here onto my cheeks, just to help the powder blend a little bit better. Doing some stamping motions can be really helpful rather than really buffing, especially if you're worried about getting a seamless blend. That's something that I've done for a really long time. Damn, that color is good. I feel like this color is so natural looking. It really it does give almost a shadowed effect, but it has that little bit of blushy, bronzy to it. I feel like a lot of us have had the dream of like creating their own makeup. If I were to formulate a blush shade, this is definitely a blush shade that I would want to give you that kind of sunburnt, sun-kissed kind of look. Hybrid kind of colors just look so natural. Yeah, I am rediscovering why I have always loved this. This looks so freaking good. And you know what? Because we are using really the right base products, it doesn't even really look like a powder. It looks very lightweight on the skin like a powder. Like, it looks really seamless, and that's what I really like about cream products, is that I find I can get like such a beautifully seamless look, and this is just giving it to me. Like, I literally could not be happier. I was worried about this one, you guys. I mean, I keep applying more. What am I doing? I was really, really worried about this one because this was a product that I loved and I was just afraid I wouldn't love it as much as I used to, but holy crap, I really, really love this. My crease as well. I always do this, usually with like my bronzer. If I'm wearing a powder bronzer or a powder blush, I'll just take the excess and put it into my crease for a little bit of extra definition. All right, now moving on into highlight. This was a highlight that I realized recently. I mean, there's just so many products that I'm trying out, and this one has definitely gotten lost in the shuffle, but it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade 1, and I'm just going to put it right on top of everything. Hopefully it blends okay. We will see, but usually this is how I would have applied it, you know, a little bit down my nose and then onto the cheekbones. Sometimes I'll take it like even a little bit up here, and with a kind of highlight product like this, I feel like you can get away with applying a little bit more because it just is a really seamless product. Blended perfectly into that powder, which I was a little bit worried about. Just loving this base right now. Like, it really looks ultra perfected and like airbrushed. I know I can't chalk it up to one product because it's really about everything working together. So getting into the eyes, something that you guys might find interesting is that I really only became an eyeshadow person in like the last couple of years. I was strictly a cat eye, like liquid liner person for most of my makeup journey, and I'm gonna go back to my roots today. This is the Clinique Pretty Easy liner. This has been a favorite for a very long time. My old favorite was actually the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen, and I still think that that is an incredible liner, but because I'm not using liquid liner all the time, I didn't want to go back and spend the extra $60 to pick it back up. So I'm going to use another one of my favorites that has still been a favorite for years and years and years, which is my Kevyn Auccoin eyelash curler. Seriously, I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about it, but if you have not tried this lash curler and you're wondering why you can't get a good lift on your lashes, investing in this one, or I know like the Shiseido one and the Surratt one are also big time favorites of a lot of people. These are more gentle on your lashes and they hold a curl better in my opinion. So I'm going to do my cat eye and then I will be right back. And we're gonna call that good enough. I actually went into my bathroom to do my liner and I looked into the natural light of my bathroom and I can't even tell you how natural this looks, but also very polished and perfected. I really could not be happier with the way that the base looks. I used just a little bit of clear brow gel to set my brows in place. I feel like brow products are often kind of glazed over with Best of Beauties. I definitely foresee though like the Kosas brow products making their way into mine for 2021. Anyway, getting back into the eyes, the Covergirl Lashblast has been a favorite for a very, very, very long time. And surprise, surprise, I still love it and use it all the time. It's just that perfect, fluffy looking lash without any clumps, and I like that it just makes the lashes look really lifted and curled and defined and fluffy without it being like a very distracting lash look. On an everyday basis, I really don't want my lashes to look heavy with product. I feel like weirdly very comfortable in this makeup because this was my routine for so long, but it's also so different just because I really haven't done my makeup exactly like this in, you know, a few years. And now two lip products that I was a huge fan of for a very long time. Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat and Pillow Talk. This is something that I still wear and literally just recommended in my luxury beauty favorites video that just went up. I was seriously never a lip liner person until I tried this. And I wouldn't even say that I'm a lip liner person now, but if I lost this, I would immediately go pick it up. And as for a lip gloss, this is the gloss that like, not necessarily started it all, but I feel like it revamped gloss for so many people and kind of made us fall in love with it again. The Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. Talk about like just a universally beautiful gloss shade. Yeah, honestly for me it's still my favorite color just because I feel like the tone is very unique. Here is the completed look. I was kind of hoping or expecting me to revisit all these products and be like, oh, not as good as I remember, but literally every single one of these products I still love. I still recommend all of them, which I hope this video is still fun. I know it's sometimes more fun to watch, you know, an opinion change or, you know, it feels like there's some sort of transformation or epiphany, but the epiphany in this video is that I still love all these products, and there have been items that I mentioned that I still knew I loved, you know, Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. If anything, I feel like this is just a representation of how I look at makeup. Like, I find those favorites and I stick with them, and I will go back and recommend them over and over and over again. And I know sometimes that's not the most fun video to watch, but it is how I like to approach makeup. I really like those dependable products, and when I find them, I really latch on. But yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe as well before you go, and I will see you in my next one.